What up, SFAM? It's your boy Thursday Lynch. I'm back again with another motherfucking video. SFAM stand up, SFAM salute. Stay focused and motivated. Get motivated up in this jank one time. Looking in my Discord, y'all. Looking in my Discord. I see that Gunnery Sergeant Jay Hartman has put in a hashtag SFAM React and put in the link to the video. By the way, y'all gotta go down to the very bottom of the description. Hit that Discord link. When y'all go there, that's where y'all can request for me to react to any videos. Y'all put in the hashtag SFAM React and put in your link to the video. I'll get to it as soon as possible. Gunnery Sergeant Jay Hartman is requesting us to react to today. NICKY MGTV, first woman passes Navy Special Warfare training. She didn't meet requirements. All right, so I don't know what that is, y'all. I'm Army. If y'all know what it is, put it down in the comment section and talk about it. Let me know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Don't judge me. I'm Army. Y'all feel me? Is it tough for females? Is it tough in general? Y'all let me know. Y'all got it? If it's your first time to the page, comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can stay updated every time I upload a motherfucking video. Y'all know what it is, right? Here we go. SFAM stand up. SFAM salute. Stay focused, motivated. Get motivated up in this jank one time. Let's go.
So, you guys are asking me to talk about it?
What up, Nikki?
Here it is.
Yeah.
There has been officially a woman, a female, a person of the opposite gender. I'm not trying to go down the rabbit hole, but it looks like we have officially gotten someone to pass one of the Special Operations Command's training pipelines that is pretty intense. It's not Navy SEALs, but we're going to talk about it right here.
So is it one of those things, y'all? Like, I know Rangers and like Special Force stuff like that. We didn't really catch very many females in there. You know what I'm saying? We had our first female a while ago. The first female to pass the Sapper course in the Army, right? That was kind of a big thing. Yeah. So is this one of those things like that? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Let me know. Here we go.
So this is the first female that's going to pass through the Naval Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman, which is also known as SWCC. A lot of times SWCC is going to be annotated or known as just the people that drive Navy SEALs around, but they actually do other missions.
Of course,
and stuff
they
like
gotta.
That. I would say they're like the stepbrother. But if you're interested, you should.
It would have to be. They got to be ready for that kind of stuff. So this has to be like a. It's, to me, it's looking like it's a new Navy program that they got going on. That's why. Okay, here we go.
Definitely stay tuned to this video if you're trying to join SWCC or whatever else, because they do some pretty cool stuff that I think gets hidden behind what Navy SEALs do. Now, per the Navy Times article, they've gotten a bunch of statements from some of the leaders that are out there talking about this because they're saying it's an accomplishment, but they've said these specific statements right here. Navy officials said they would not identify the woman or provide more details on her, a routine military policy for Special Operations Forces. She is one of the 17 sailors to graduate and receive their pins on Thursday. She is also the first of 18 women who have tried out for the job as SWCC or CO.
Why do they not want to identify her though, man? Navy officials said they would not identify the woman or provide more details on her. Why not? This is some of the stuff when people see this, and maybe Nick's gonna explain it later, but this is the reason why in the military there's just different complaints about different things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, why we can't do this, we can't do that. Females, this, you know what I'm saying? This is why. So maybe they're gonna say why.
To succeed. Now, a lot of people are going to say, this is because the fact that she's a woman and nobody wants to, you know, make sure that she gets attacked or whatever. That could be part of it. But it is a part of the policy, and it's official as far as operational security. Becoming the first female to graduate from a Naval Special Warfare training pipeline is an extraordinary accomplishment, and we are incredibly proud of her teammates, said Rear Admiral H.W. Howard III.
See, you're putting out who... All right.
The commander of Naval Special Warfare. Like her fellow operators, she demonstrated the character, cognitive, and leadership attributes required to join the force. She and her fellow graduates have the opportunity to become experts in clandestine special operations as well as manned and unmanned platforms to deliver distinctive capabilities to our Navy and the joint force in defense of the nation. Navy Times goes into even the numbers of how many SWCC people are actually out there, how many have applied, because a lot of times this has not been annotated as when people have actually entered the pipeline.
So I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm looking in the chat right now. If y'all don't know, this is a live stream. I'm doing this live stream for SuperFam 2. SuperFam 2 is gonna get to see videos before I put them out to everybody else. So if you're watching this right now, don't mind anything. I'm talking about the chat, right? So I got Defiances in the chat who says SWCC equals SEAL equals OPSEC. So they probably don't want to say anyone who's completed this training. That's what I'm thinking it is. Okay, so I digress. Let's go.
we as a public, I don't think, are really aware of. But it looks like there were 18 candidates that have gone through. 14 of those that have officially failed out, with this one passing. There are 3 other females that are currently going through the pipeline and trying to become a member of the SWIC team. Now, looking at this feat, that would be about 6% of the female population that's made it through as pass. Obviously, this is a small group or cluster.
That's tough.
But this could be compared to the overall acceptance, I guess you could say, of what the SWIC community allows or gets pushed through, which is about 35% of all candidates per this Navy Times article. They go on to say that there's about 750 to about 800 people-ish in this community at any one point in time, which if I'm crazy, as they say that there's about 300 people that come through the pipeline. And I'm just thinking of the attrition rate, or people that follow through or maybe get out of after the first or second enlistment. It sounds like it's pretty high to me. To be fair, there are other programs from other branches that have had success already, which we did note earlier.
Of course, I see some of the, I don't know, I wish I could see that tab. I wish I could see that a little bit better, what she's wearing right here. I wish I could see that, man. But yeah, there's different things. Let's finish. Let's hear what he says. Let's hear what he says.
To be fair, there are other programs from other branches that have had success already, which we did note earlier this year, or I'd say in the past year, was the Army had their first candidate make it through. The Marine Corps has said that they pushed 9 females through their program, but only 0 have.
Sergeant Bailey Weiss, the first woman to complete the 2nd phase for Marine Corps selection course. Wow. Okay. I would imagine that's like kind of like the Special Forces, but in the Marines. That's what it sounds like to me. The Marine Corps selection course. That's what it kind of sounds like. I don't know. All right, let's go.
Made it, so nobody has met the requirements. And as far as Air Force goes, they don't say anything in the article from that, and I can't find anything for anything like the PJs, which are the pararescue jumpers, or any other special programs I could think of that might be relevant in talking about this situation right here.
It's a special
program.
Now
let's talk about the requirements of screening, what goes into the process of becoming a SWIC candidate, because yes, some of the requirements as far as the fitness tests are similar. They're not exactly
the same. Can you imagine, man? So I went and tested for the German Armed Forces proficiency badge, man. And we had to swim, I want to say it was 200 meters in full ACU, but well, without the boots at least, but yes, but. And when I tell y'all, man, I had 3 seconds to finish that freaking swim, and I would have failed. I had 3 seconds to finish that swim. And then after I got done, I had to take off, and I had my PTs underneath, but I had to take off my top and my pants underwater without like drowning and going away. And I had to get out and throw it out. And to me, that was the hardest part. Taking off the ACUs wasn't the hardest part. Taking up, but having to throw it all the way. I don't know why they made me do that anyway. What's the point of that? You have to throw it out of the water too. But anyway, let's go, man.
To be fair and respect both communities, and also on top of that, for people that are trying to say maybe the requirements for the female were lessened, but I will go over those fitness requirements right here, because I think that entry level is where most people don't even attempt. The physical screening test requirements: upon joining the Navy, you must complete the following minimum physical:
500 yards in 13 minutes, then you get to rest for 10 minutes. 42 push-ups in 2 minutes, that's not bad. You rest for 2 minutes. 50 sit-ups within 2 minutes, that's not bad either. Rest for 2 minutes. 6 pull-ups, no time limit, too easy. Rest for 10 minutes. A 1.5 mile run within 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Too easy, man. Pass a basic underwater demolition, SEALs, BUDS, physical fitness screening test in boot camp and in the delayed entry program. That's a lot of stuff, man. That's a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff is easy to do. I think that 500-yard swim, now if it's got to be in full uniform, yeah, that's going to be freaking tough, man. I want to try the swimming stuff, but this doesn't seem like it's too, and this is just the physical screening requirements. This isn't the actual stuff that you're doing and training to get into to be selected, to actually be on the team. This is just saying, hey, do this stuff here, and then you can come to train to see if you can actually do it. So yeah, it's, you know, it's gonna be crazy. The basic underwater demolition, I have no idea what that's all about. Seems kind of tough though, man. Let's go.
Note at the bottom here, if you are pursuing a SWIC position, much better PSC scoring is expected. So yes, they are talking here about the fact that yes, these are minimums that you talk about.
That's
but
requirements to
I can
get
guarantee
into
if you
the
talk
training.
to anybody that's in any recon pipeline, any SEAL team, SWIC, whatever else, the requirements I would say are a little bit arbitrary as getting accepted. They have minimums, but they know on a spectrum of people that do try out for these programs that the physical fitness will be one of the factors that could knock them out.
Of course,
so
man.
going there at the bare minimum is likely not going to allow you to pass, and they're going to tell you to continue to get better at your PST if you want to actually be successful going.
Definitely, they don't want you to just. They don't want you to meet the standard. They want you to exceed the standard, right? So yes, I can understand that. We do the same thing in the Army, man. Same thing.
And I've seen that, and you'll see certain people have different levels of difficulty that they're trying to go with. But now, obviously, let's be honest here. The criticism that comes with being the first female or anything in a military-dominated community is going to be high. That has been noted even in the past year, where I even discussed people that were very big figures. You had even people like Corman, which has a...
I will say this, man. It shouldn't be, I think he said criticism. It shouldn't be anything. It shouldn't be any criticism when it's the first female to do anything. That should be like a, you know what I'm saying? You get props for this. Because one thing, you got the females who they're trying to do things that are stepping out of their comfort zone. First of all, they're doing things that's most look like they're not going to be able to do it. Second thing, what they're doing is setting a lane and being an example for more females to follow, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see why there's any criticism. I'm not saying NICKY MGTV is wrong. I'm just saying I never understood why there's, you know what I'm saying, criticism when it comes along with it. Let's go, man.
110,000 people here that are looking to say this, which they say first female sailor completes naval special warfare training. The information that I have is that she failed multiple evolutions that would have normally disqualified a man. If anyone has different information, let me know.
Wow.
Which
Okay.
the disgruntled Docs
Now,
right
that's
back
not
says,
cool.
yeah, I got the same, bro. Multiple safety violations and missed 8 hours of tour.
That's not
Looking
good.
at the situation,
That's not
I'll tell you
good.
that tour
If
is
she
the
did.
final evolution, which is a 72-hour period, like a crucible event, which I'm going to tell you right now.
How did she
that
miss
is
8
a
hours?
pretty decent amount. You're looking about somewhere in ballpark, maybe 10% of that being taken away. But there are people that do this evolution here that may get sick, hypothermia, things like that are going to be out there that may miss some of the evolutions.
I got it.
Honestly, there could be some time missed from that. I don't know what would account for 8 hours. This could be exaggerated as well. There is some legitimacy to people, I guess, venting.
And y'all just imagine that, man. We're going through this training. I get injured or hurt or something. I take a few hours off and I go back to training. Like, that's tough. You think about it, when people get injured or sick or something like that. He said hypothermia. If something like that happens, you would think like, okay, I'm done right now. I'm going to come back in a couple months and try again. For you to take a few hours off and then get back out there and get to it, that's hardcore, man. That's tough. Like, that's the first thing I think of. Somebody got hurt, or if I was to get hurt, okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop now and I'm gonna come back and try again later in a few months or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He defines it, said the criticism comes from the chance of the standards they're lower. Okay, I got you. But there should be no lowering of the standards because for a female to pass. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of the same thing like with the ACFT. At first they had the male and female standards and everybody was fine with it at first, but then you look at it like, okay, it's not gender specific anymore. It's now MOS specific. If you're this MOS, whether you're a male or female, you need to pass with these requirements. But then you see the females can't pass it. So there's a lot of things that females can't do. I'm not gonna say that females can't pass it, but there's a lot of things they can't do, i.e. the leg tuck. Females have so much trouble completing the freaking leg tuck. It's crazy. And if you fail one event and that means that you're gonna fail the ACFT, you know how many females or people in general would get kicked out of the Army? So that's why I think they revised it, and I feel like they're still working on it, stuff like that. But that's crazy, man. Let's go.
to meme pages, Quorum and other places like that, because they're not going to come out against this woman on a public platform, because this is a positive publicity for the military as well. And this also comes at some of the criticism from people online, which include this guy here, which Roger Simpson says, anyone can complete training, but females are not participating in actual combat for what the training to supplied for. And then a other type of comment, it is Clint A. Johnson, which says, my experience has been that every community that welcomes women is made better by their presence, contributions, and efforts. Submarines, USMC, ground combat. I admire the contributions of every woman.
This is what it should be about, man. This is what it should be about. And I hear the other dude. I understand him when he's saying that the females, he said the females, anyone can complete the training, but females are not participating in actual combat for which that training to supply for. So he said they're going to this, they're doing this training, but then they're not going to even go to combat to do the training. But still, it speaks volumes. This is why I agree with this next comment, because it speaks volumes at what females are actually, what anyone even tries to do. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I can understand why the first commenter was upset though, because for somebody to come into that training and they're not even going to use it, all you're doing is taking up spots and slots for people who can use it. So I understand, I get it, but you kind of got to look at both sides, man. Just because you're a female doesn't mean that you can't do this training, even if you're not going to use it in combat. But then again, why give those slots to people who aren't going to use them? I totally understand both of them. Looking at Defiance and saying the Army would best to just back to the APFT, but that requires bravery that many in the Pentagon do not have, in my opinion. I understand you, man. I understand that. And I like the ACFT, but I like the APFT too. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think they should let people, I think they should have, well, maybe they can't do both of them, man. I don't know. Maybe they should do both of them. Maybe they'll say you're going to do the APFT in the summertime and then do the ACFT in the wintertime. I don't know. Maybe they should do both. Maybe they should allow people to choose. They're allowing people to choose now if they try to do the leg tuck and they can't complete the leg tuck. I think it's a 4-minute plank that they can do now. 4-minute, 2-second plank. They got to do a 4-minute, 2-second plank if they can't do one leg tuck. They're letting people choose. So why not let them choose if they want to do the APFT or the ACFT? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The reason why they're doing the ACFT is because they want to incorporate more things that's combat oriented. The APFT is not very combat oriented. You're just testing the endurance of your arm muscles, your leg muscles, and stuff like that, and your ab muscles. But the ACFT is actually incorporating combat scenarios into the physical testing. So I can see why they're doing it, but I don't know. I think they should let them choose. Let's keep it moving.
Has been that every community that welcomes women is made better by their presence, contributions, and efforts. Submarines, USMC, ground combat. I admire the contributions of every woman toward our national defense. And I'm not just trying to push this as far as like, this is a good thing, but I'm also going to look at it critically from both sides of this. You know, if they wanted a positive story, they would have probably done this the first female that went through, right? So I don't think it's in the search for just a good story. I don't think that's the intention of the Navy Special Warfare Command. If this did happen, we will never know as the audience that's reading this article. And I'm not trying to say that in the aspect or vein of that this is not what occurred, but I will say that if she did miss sometime during the final evolution of 8 hours, the only people that are going to know are the staff, medical staff too, as well, also including her classmates,
right,
that were actually there. Now,
if they didn't put this out,
officially being sent out, this is it, saying she passed, there were no issues. They're not going to release that stuff. That is not public information that's going to go out there. So I guess we have to accept it for what it is, and we'll see what happens in the future.
See,
so I'd like to see what you.
That's the politics. That's the politics of the military for you, man, right there. But how many cooks are thrown into combat? You're right, man. But then you got to think about it also, Defiance, that it kind of depends on what unit they're with. Because you can be in an infantry unit and you can be a cook. We've had cooks in our 12 Charlie unit, you know what I'm saying? And I think we had one cook go and they didn't do an actual mission with us where we went to go build a bridge, but they went with us when we had to we went from one post to to a cop. So we did go from one place to another, and we had the cook roll along with us. I don't know why, but we did have him go. So yeah, you gotta think about it like that too. If there's a chance, if they're with a specific unit, then it's a chance they can see combat. It just depends. Let's keep it moving.
You guys think about this, because I try and think everything very logically and break this down, other than just these surface level ideas of this person coming through that made it through SWCK. Obviously it's going to break down barriers and doors for women in the future that maybe want to go into SEALs, because I know there's someone out there that's going to see this and see this as essentially a challenge to see if they want to make it or if they can make it. So, but as always, if you do like what we do here on this channel, you can always support us over at patreon.com down in the description below. Also, we do have a YouTube join button that's below this video as well, where you can get some special perks and benefits at both of these places if you like what we do on the channel. As always, if you guys have questions about this or anything else you want to see me.
All right, man. So yeah, this was a good one because this kind of brings out some of the politics and stuff like that of what goes on in the military. I do want to give a shout out to NICKY MGTV for doing this video. And like I said, man, no, it don't really matter what gender, but you got to look at it and give people their props regardless, whatever they do. I think it's a good thing that the female try to go out for it. Like I said, it gives a lane for females, an example for females to follow. It lets them know, hey, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. But if she didn't meet the requirements, I don't know, man. If they're maybe if the Navy, if they're putting this information out that she's the first person that tried to do it, I think that was the point of it. They're saying they weren't going to release any other information on her. The first female tried to complete it. Okay, cool. We're going to want to know who is she. We're going to want to know how she did and everything. So there you go. But anyway, this has been your boy Thurs Lynch. I want to thank y'all for stopping by the page. If it's your first time to the page, comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Don't forget to go down to the very bottom link in the description. Check out my Discord, and y'all can go to hashtag SFAM React on Discord. Put in your hashtag SFAM React and the link to the video if you want to request for me to react to a video. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. It's been your boy Thurs Lynch. SFAM stand up. SFAM salute. Stay focused, motivated, get motivated up in this jank one time. Deuces. Love y'all to death, and we out.